Make it make sense? You want help, but you don't want to be a helper. You want to live in a kind and generous world, but you don't want to be kind and generous. You want to live in a communally oriented society, but you don't want to be communal. Strong children, children who feel like they're worthy, children who are mentally well, create strong communities. And that is not exclusively the responsibility of parents. It's fun that Black people, who claim to be the most, communally minded, oriented people in the world, have no problem repeating these ideas about children being the individual and sole responsibility of the people who birthed them. I find that to be really fucking weird. Not only does it not align with how we have operated historically, but also, you don't care about kids? I've been so disgusted. And y'all remember that conversation about the McDonald's and, oh, he don't have to feed them kids? I am so disgusted by when people are talking about birthing children, that the narrative of those kids are your responsibility. Don't expect any help after you have kids. Don't expect the community. Don't expect friends and family to babysit. Don't expect to get any money. Like, what? Oh, those are your kids, not my kids. And I'm like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want help, but you don't want to be a helper. You want to live in a kind and generous world, but you don't want to be kind and generous. You want to live in a communally oriented society, but you don't want to be communal. Oh, the other thing. Oh, labor. You don't owe anybody your labor. Are you fucking kidding? How much labor have each of us benefited from in order to get here? Unpaid, unasked for, unreturned labor. And sometimes I talk about this and I'm like, am I just from a different time? Did I just live and grow up and come of age in just a completely different world than y'all? Because I can tell you, 33-year-old Kimberly, living the life that I wake up every morning and I'm just thank God for. I don't get here without the labor of so many people outside of the two people who are responsible for my birth. And they didn't send me IOUs. They don't hit me up at Christmas time and say, hey, Kim, remember back in 2002 when I got you that bike? Can you give me No. Not just family members. People at church, people in the community. Aunt sorority sisters. Sisters' friends. Mom's co-workers. Teachers. All kinds of people who said, I care about you. Even when I wasn't doing right. Even when I was a fucking asshole. Who said, I care about you. Look, you're fucked up right now. But you're still worthy of this care. And so I'm going to give it to you. I don't know if it's going to pay off. I don't know where you're going to be in 10 years or 15 years. But we're here together. And when I see grown people talk about intentionally depriving children of care, it is so disgusting to me, I have to tell y'all. I am so disgusted. Because no, you shouldn't feel obligated to martyr yourself. We shouldn't feel obligated to overextend ourselves. But if we recognize that the vast majority of us are never going to have the freedom of a Kiki, we're never going to have the freedom of a Rihanna. It's just not accessible. Y'all would rather spend your time investing in the capitalist rat race than saying, hey, maybe if we help each other out, like, things can be a little bit better. It makes no sense to me. Not to mention the joy of being an active community member. I am a great aunt. Unabashedly. I can say that because I am. And not only does it make me feel good to be able to step in and help out and babysit and lend a hand, it's fucking fun to build dynamic, evolving, real, deep relationships with these two little kids. It's fun. It is personally fulfilling and affirming. It makes me feel good that in 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, after I'm dead, that there are experiences that we have had together that they will be able to look back on and say, oh, I'm so glad Aunt Kim did this. I'm so glad we shared that memory. Or I wouldn't have made this choice if we hadn't gone to the museum in 2021, right? But seeing people say, oh, no, that doesn't matter. And by the way, I say no all the time. I'm not on call. Kimberly don't have no kids. So if I have plans, am I canceling the plans? Nope, sorry. If I gotta go out, if I have a date, if I have a trip, oh, I'm so sorry. But if it's not going to cause me some great hardship, what do I lose? And what do I gain? And I just truly, and I mean this like genuinely, it makes me really sad that I see people, when talking about their friends and family, so focused on what you lose. Because where does that lead us? Where does that lead you individually? Because you're going to need some community. But where does that leave us? Everyone is so lonely and they aren't seeing the correlation between that and abandoning community. Right. And especially as somebody who is not deeply invested in pursuing traditional partnership or having children, I know I need community. I need family. I need support. I need friends. I'm just not going to be able to make it no matter how much money I make without relationships.